What's poppin', y'all? It looks like I was right about Lil Nas X once again. Y'all were calling me crazy a couple of months ago when I said that holiday song was chasing a trend and it didn't perform anywhere near what they wanted it to do. So they were going to drop another single early this year because you have to quit pushing the holiday track since nobody going to be listening to it past New Year's. And that's exactly what happened. It fell off the Hot 100 charts. And what does Lil Nas X do? He releases a song with an accompanying music video that he had been teasing for a very long time, teasing the song, judging by what people were saying. Even I had heard the beat or snippet for this last summer, but he comes out with this song, Montero, that has a crazy expensive looking music video as per usual. And what's the next gimmick? He dropping crazy gay bars on this song, first of all, this time straight blatant. And the most talked about part is him coming down on a stripper pole and giving a lap dance to Lucifer. If you haven't watched this, I strongly suggest you don't watch it. There are certain things that are so hard to watch, and you get this repulsive feeling in your core. And that moment in this video is one of those. Another moment I can recall watching a video where I got that repulsed feeling is this Connor Murphy video where he's talking about drinking another man's seed and its quote-unquote health benefits. That was disturbing. Now we're going to go into and break down every poorly constructed argument that those supporting what Lil Nas X is doing are making, and we're going to see if this was a good move for Lil Nas X in his career. The first criticism is the whole satanic thing, and this is valid in itself. Lil Nas X is insulting the belief system of well over 1 billion people in the world. The whole argument that people try to make is that it's artistic expression. Really? Go ahead and try to use that argument for artistic expression in music videos if some artist is using some, let's say, Nazi imagery in their music videos, or if they're using the leader of the Nazi party dressing up as him in a music video, or if an artist is burning a rainbow flag, or something like that. Good luck. Music video will be taken down if not blocked. And this is why these people know how to choose their targets. Christians in America aren't really going to do anything. It's an easy religion to attack or trigger. Let Lil Nas X try to insult or come at the two other Abrahamic faiths, and one of them will end his career on the spot with the snap of a finger, delete him off the internet like they did to Wiley, and the other will likely have him needing to hire mercenaries as security if he even wants a chance at moving around breathing. There was also the whole, well, Satanism is just freedom and accepting and inclusion and all this other nonsense. When you adopt a figure from a religious text, you don't get to decide, oh, we're totally releasing a new model of Satan. No, you're adopting it from the framework of religion, even if you claim to be anti-religion. And Satan is the epitome of intolerance. I mean, imagine being highly regarded in such esteem to God, and then you feel so highly and arrogant that you refuse God's orders, the supreme being, to prostrate yourself in front of his creation because you think Adam is inferior. Now you eternally damned. And speaking of that, Lil Nas X decided to release a pair of Satan Nike Air Maxes with a drop of blood in them. 666 pairs, and the funniest part of all this, the company that created the shoes gets sued. What his company did to preface it is that they likely just bought a ton of Nike Air Maxes and then customized them, then sold them as a collaboration. Nike filed a trademark infringement lawsuit in federal court on Monday against the company that released a controversial customized version of the sportswear giant sneaker in collaboration with rapper Lil Nas X. The Old Town Road artist worked with streetwear company Mischief to release Satan shoes on Monday. The sneakers are modified Nike Air Max 97s, decorated with a pentagram pendant and a reference to Luke 10:18, a Bible verse about Satan's fall from heaven. Mischief also confirmed to NBC News Sunday that the shoes contained a drop of human blood inside the sole, drawn from members of the Mischief team. Some age shoes. All 666 pairs of the modified Nikes, priced at $1,018, each, sold out shortly after going on sale Monday. The lawsuit argues that Nike must maintain control over its brand by setting the record straight on what products bear its distinctive swoosh logo. In fact, there's already evidence of significant confusion and dilution occurring in the marketplace, including calls to boycott Nike in response to the launch of Mischief Satan shoes based on the mistaken belief that Nike has authorized or approved this product, the lawsuit stated. In a statement released following the filing of the trademark infringement and dilution complaint, Nike reiterated they are in no way affiliated with the Satan shoes. We don't have any further details to share on pending legal matters, Nike said. However, we can tell you we do not have a relationship with Lil Nas X or Mischief. Mischief did not immediately respond to requests for a comment on the lawsuit. This says a lot. It means that Nike felt the pressure so much and analyzed the situation and said, oh, we need to nip this in the bud. It's making our brand look terrible, and it's going to harm our bottom line. And this had to be true with whatever system or metrics they have in place or access to analyze consumer behavior. Because if you recall when Nike did an official collaboration shoot with Colin Kaepernick, they got a lot of heat on social media with people saying they weren't going to rock with Nike anymore, and Nike didn't back down, take away the shoe or anything. And no, it's not because Nike stands on something. They just felt, we're not really going to lose anything. Not an apology. They felt like it wasn't going to harm their bottom line whatsoever. I mean, they likely felt like it would help them, which is why they stood on it. These are two slightly different situations because one of them is an official collab and the other is a third-party company, but the public believed both of them were actual collabs. And the amount of negative publicity they got is what we're comparing here. And Nike usually doesn't sue a lot of these companies creating customs. But if you're making so much noise that you're harming their brand and people are thinking that Nike was okay with this, then of course they're going to sue you. Also, the whataboutism that was coming up to try and defend Lil Nas X just continued to reinforce my belief that the majority of society are just straight baboons. I mean, saying stuff like, well, all these rock and metal bands that were popular were using satanic imagery. What about them? Or what about this other stuff going on in the world? As if caring about those two things are mutually exclusive. When it comes to those rock and metal bands, they got backlash too. And like I said, it's not mutually exclusive. If you've been watching my channel, just me personally, for a while, you know that I do not mess with that demonic stuff at all. Sure, do I listen to some of these rock and metal bands? Yeah, but this is where I have to come in with why this is worse when Lil Nas X does it, and it's a matter of congruence. It's such an important concept to understand as an artist. For example, Marilyn Manson, who I never even rock with his music, let's say he's doing some demonic stuff. It's expected. From the jump, he was on this type of time. That's his brand and image. The same thing goes for a lot of these metal or rock bands. From the beginning, they exhibited this, and they alienated the people who weren't messing with it from the jump because they see them for the first time and they say, yeah, I'm not rocking with that. And they attracted people who liked it. And of course, those people who liked it weren't going to be upset about it. However, in Lil Nas X's case, he pulled the bait and switch, the switcheroo, the swindle, the grift, whatever you want to call it. If Marilyn Manson starts making some holy Christian music tomorrow, the majority of his fans would look at him crazy and not accept it. Lil Nas X came out here with really friendly imagery in all of his music videos. They were like cartoons and fun. Now you're suddenly doing this demonic thing? That's not congruent with the brand that you set in the first place over 2 years now. So, of course, you're going to receive more backlash. And this leads into the next point, which is appealing to children. A lot of people, two big names being Joyner Lucas as well as Nick Young, also known as Swaggy P, the NBA player, or former NBA player. Not quite sure if he still plays, and that's no disrespect to him. I just don't follow basketball. They, amongst others, are saying that not only the devil imagery, but the blatant sexualization in the video when you were geared towards kids is unethical, if not predatory. And I agree wholeheartedly. Joyner Lucas said the following in two now deleted tweets. That Lil Nas X video is wild, but as an artist, he doing everything he's supposed to do. Creating viral moments, making people talk, and creating content he already knew you was going to react to. It's a formula guaranteed to work. I doubt he actually worships the devil. I think the biggest problem for me is the fact he don't understand Old Town Road is every kid's anthem. Children love him for that record. They tuned in and subscribed to his channels. So with no disclaimer, he just dropped some left field-ish and all our kids seen it. Shaking my head. This is the most respectful approach anyone who disagrees with this could have possibly taken. With someone who has valid experience. Joyner Lucas is an independent rapper who created a viral moment for his own with his music video for the song Will that he dedicated to Will Smith, and he dresses up as all of these popular roles Will played throughout the years. So it's not someone talking who hasn't done what Lil Nas X did, but in a positive way and on a smaller scale, to be fair. But what happened? They still attacked Joyner Lucas. So I'm definitely not coming with his approach. We coming with fire and brimstone, crusades. We chopping heads off metaphorically for these non-believers. All of that. Lil Nas X replies saying the following. I literally sing about lean and adultery in Old Town Road. You decided to let your child listen. Blame yourself. Joyner replies, spitting some facts, and saying, bruh, you literally won and accepted Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards for this record. What you mean? And I had my own reply on Twitter, which you should follow me at The Mind of HY, and said, you decided to perform on Roblox, which is a children's game, go on Sesame Street, a children's show, perform at children's schools, and release a children's picture book. Take accountability. And the moronic, retarded take that the people who want to defend this give is saying, oh, it's your fault your children watched it. Or The Weeknd won a Teen Choice Award for Can't Feel My Face. I mean, first of all, a Teen Choice Award is a bit different from a Kid's Choice, but that's not even the point here. The majority of people, I mean, we're talking adults even, had no idea that Can't Feel My Face was about coke. Most thought it was, oh, I just thought he was nervous or something. Or like butterflies in his stomach, something like that. So you expect kids who have no idea what coke is to understand what it meant. Not to mention The Weeknd has never appealed to kids. But when you have songs with underlying adult themes, but you can't understand them unless you're an actual adult, is far different from something blatant and in your face. It's the same argument with, let's say, Candy Shop by 50 Cent and WAP by Cardi B. Even the music video for Can't Feel My Face, there's no visuals of him doing blow or anything like that. It's a really clean music video. But this whole, it's the parents' fault, it really gets my blood boiling sometimes. In this particular instance, for sure. Lil Nas X did every single thing in his power to make himself appear in front of kids and signal, I am kid-friendly, I am child-friendly. Then, he doesn't even put a disclaimer on the video, at the very least. You have a responsibility when you've profited off of kids like this. And I've seen people really try to bend over backwards and say, oh, the parents should watch the video first. Then if they see it's okay, let their kid watch it. Are y'all retarded? Do you think a parent has the time to sit and watch every single thing before their kid watches it? Oh, hey, honey, you're about to watch that 5-minute video? Hold on, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to step into the other room and watch it. Okay, you can watch it now. Let's be realistic. And I'm someone who's very, very critical on parenting nowadays. And I don't think it's the fact that parents nowadays are worse. I just think that all this access and all these iPads revealed how trash parents have always been when it comes to raising their kids. I mean, you're giving kids iPads at 6 months? Have you seen, this is something that I also wanted to point out. And tell me if I'm tripping, but the last time I've seen a kid with a pacifier, I can't even remember. It had to be over a decade ago. I feel like iPads took the place of pacifiers. But yeah, these kids are being raised on iPads, and I definitely disagree with that. But getting back to the point, let me make a great example real quick. Y'all ever watch the show Max and Ruby? Really great show. I wouldn't tell you to watch it now, but if you were a kid and you watched it, you probably enjoyed it too. It's a children's show. You can look it up on Google if you haven't already to get a quick synopsis. But if you're a parent, and let's say you watch Max and Ruby with your kid, you see, oh, this is a great children's show. You're not going to supervise them every time they're watching it because Max and Ruby over time, as well as the television network that Max and Ruby would be on, have proven to you that they are kid-friendly the same way Lil Nas X has been doing with kids. If one day you come to give your little kid lunch and you look over at the TV and you see Ruby twerking on Max, giving him a lap dance, Max making it rain, and then Max got Ruby bent over the kitchen table, Is that your fault? Hell no. We're going to start blaming parents for their children getting kidnapped too? Because they weren't there to watch over their every move 24 hours in a day? I mean, come on, stop it now. And this is one of those situations where I feel like the people who are bending and twisting in so many directions, playing mental gymnastics so well they could fit themselves inside a carry-on bag, are doing it just to oppose the other side. Not even logically. They just have this image of, oh, X, Y, and Z person who I don't like are being outspoken about this, against it. I almost always disagree with X, Y, and Z person or this group of people, so I have to disagree with them once again when it comes to this topic and defend Lil Nas X. And this is how stupid people think. As a counterexample, or to illustrate this point a bit better, I'm not a polytheist. I very much so disagree with polytheism. However, if someone or an artist is, let's say, pissing on some Hindu statues or using imagery that essentially spits in the face of all of the people that have this belief system as the cornerstone of their life, I'm going to be critical of the individual or artist doing that. I'm not going to cheer them on because I disagree with polytheism. Now, for the more business-sided image kind of talk when it comes to Lil Nas X's career with the moves he's making, this song is probably going to go number 1 first week or top 10. It wouldn't be a surprise because of the shock factor. However, who is Lil Nas X fan base going to be now is the question. I mean, he thinks all this attention is great, but he's alienating a massive amount of the population who were his fans at one point. I mean, first of all, he's excommunicated from hip-hop. I mean, there's no way you're existing in hip-hop as number 1 being a gay rapper. You can't name one gay rapper that's successful, spitting gay bars, that's out there. He don't even rap anymore, and don't ask me why that is. It just is. And we rolling with the real world rules. But on top of that, you're being a satanic rapper too, and releasing shoes with real blood in them. I mean, that's pretty much 2 capital crimes in hip-hop. So you've lost that entire fan base. It wouldn't matter too much if you had that kid fan base or the really mainstream fan base, but now a lot of these parents are going to be against that. You alienated a ton of Christian folk by being outright disrespectful to their religion, not only in your music video, but in those tweets where you feel like you're being funny, triggering people, and getting all these likes and retweets. So you're alienating a lot of people from your potential fans. And the people that love that satanic stuff, they not rocking with your pop music. They think pop music is for dorks. So the question is, where does Lil Nas X go from here too? What's the next gimmick that's going to go more viral and get people talking? Because you consistently have to keep one-upping yourself. I mean, the funniest comment I see is people saying Lil Nas X just wants to be himself. Lil Nas X, throughout his entire career, over 2 years now, has been everything but himself. We don't even know what Lil Nas X is. He first comes into the game with a parody country song. There was valid reason for the country charts to not want the song on there, because it's like putting Weird Al on the hip-hop charts. They're parody songs, but the whole race angle comes out of it, and that just turns out to be the best promotion Old Town Road could have gotten. It was really some Streisand effect type of level. I don't think the song would have gone number 1 had it not been removed from the country charts, getting that publicity, and then getting Billy Ray to say, okay, I'm rocking with this now. So Old Town Road happens. Now, what do we get? Lil Nas X cosplaying as a cowboy for a year and a half or more. Not to mention him on interviews denying that he was a Nicki Minaj fan, denying that he ran a Nicki Minaj stan account. Then the next song he releases, which was Rodeo or Panini, I can't really remember, he decides to come out as gay. Shocker. Almost as much of a shocker as McConan saying he was gay. Anyway, that's the second shock piece to accompany a track. As if anybody would be surprised that a Nicki Minaj stan would be gay. When have you ever seen a regular guy listening to Nicki Minaj? The answer is never. Her whole fan base is gays and girls. Next single after that, Summer, where he released a short EP, he releases Holiday, which is the Christmas gimmick, or really more of a Christmas trend, I should say. And now we have this. I personally think that the lane they're trying to push Lil Nas X into is being the male Lady Gaga. he's in a position where he's sort of too big to fail, similar to Cardi B. His first single generated so much money that they're going to make sure that he succeeds by just throwing money into these music videos, tons of promotion, which credit to Lil Nas X, he's good at drumming up a ton of promotion organically himself, but also them getting him on top of all of the biggest playlists. But there is no Lil Nas X being a rapper anymore. That's out of the question. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.